Let's begin. Let's begin.
If this isn't proof that it's totally okay not to be married by 30, I'm in the Sahara Desert with 18 incredible women about to go ride camels in the sunset.
I'm just having a really hard day. Trying to get ready.
That women tend to be happier when they are single.
I could have married a lot of the people that I've dated.
Okay, I turned 40 this year, and I've never been in love. I've never been in a relationship.
If you hear something or an update about your ex, and it just kills you.
Women tend to be happier when they are single.
Struggling financially, being alone, having no one there to talk to as you age, no kids.
And I always thought I would have kids. I thought I would be married by now. And now the closer I get to it, and I'm scared. I don't know.
I didn't think it would be an issue. I'm 32 years old.
I'm 53. I would like to think that I'm still young, right?
The fact that you're 40 and single, still with no children, and now you find out that she's 8 weeks pregnant, and you so want to feel happy for her, but inside you feel so sad.
Happier when they are single.
I'm in a stage of life where I'm watching all my friends get married and have babies, and
I'm sure you can see why this video is all is going towards, right? This is when women, as they turn 30, they begin to realize that the feminine propaganda, what have been preached to them, focus on your career, become independent, become this, it's coming to eat them up in their ass. Some of them, you can see from their face that they're desperate, they're complaining, they're in the need, you don't understand why they're single. And some want kids. Some who believe that by having kids, some who believe by having kids, that is going to harm them, is going to deter them from living their life. And you can see from the first video, the lady was she was trying so hard to portray that being 30, you can travel all around the world and have fun. You can say that she's trying to distract herself. But let's continue to watch and we'll uncover and see how some of you women you allow the feminine propaganda, the movement, which have moved past its original intent towards chaos. Let's continue.
You know that at 40, you're running out of time, and soon you won't have a choice at all.
No choice at all. That should really be the slogan of this generation's feminists, because all of this screaming, "I don't need a man," is starting to have some real world consequences, and it's not pretty.
I also feel like I'm getting older, and it's like I have to put some effort into dating, or I'm just gonna be alone forever. But now I'm just honestly getting to a point where I'm just gonna be the single aunt.
But like it's really hard when like I don't really have anyone to go to like on a Friday night.
I am 30 years old and I have been single for over 12 years, so I've never had a real adult relationship.
Maybe I should just give up. But I don't know. Then I feel like if I give up, then it's like, then I'm totally throwing the towel in, and like, that
It's been over.
and feel sad.
These feminists are literally marching modern women down a disastrous path of pain and loneliness, all under the banner of quote-unquote helping women. But the reality is, when you ignore basic facts and continue to sell a lie
Yeah. No, Mark, continue. I'm sure you want this, right? No, I'm not talking about this.
to women, then eventually they will catch on and realize that it's not benefiting them at all.
But really, it's just crazy. It's been a rough month for me, and I got COVID. Somebody help me. I'm so tired of being an independent woman sometimes. Sometimes, like, I just want to be taken care of. My whole life I've just been so independent.
Yep, careful what you wish for. So you see, you are now getting a whole new generation of 30 and 40-year-old women who are just now realizing that everything they were promised by modern feminism was complete bullshit, and they are not living their best lives at all.
There is
Okay.
no shame in not wanting to climb the ladder.
I don't want to be independent. Independent life is horrible.
I'm tired of certain.
I am tired. How am I doing 9 to 5 and I'm still broke?
You are going to be a
Well, let me just break down what how this go. First of all, I want to talk about feminism. The whole point of feminism, it was what? To make opportunities, to make what things to make opportunities for ladies, but not in the sense that trying to make women equal to men. He's trying to what provide opportunities for women. Was back in the days, women were being suppressed. Opportunities to open up avenues for women to able to what try things, to able to what to try things out, what in male-dominated fields. But after that was achieved, after that was what achieved, you can see that money feminism, the propaganda push it. Was they push the notion that as a woman you have to be independent. You don't need a man. You needing a man is weakness. You have to what work hard, enjoy your life, and after you are done, you can fall back and get married. But see, all these promises were all lies. But you can see from the video, post what they don't like it. People are some are complaining that they don't like being lonely, that they're turning 30, that there's no one in their life. Some are actually complaining that they don't like the fact that they are sleeping alone. No one's around. It's very funny. And the fact this was my notion. I've always believed this. Why this independent shit? You guys believe that as a woman, like, was the whole notion have been curated in a sense that you're supposed to use your 20s to build a career. When in actual fact, it's in your 20s as you're going. But as a woman, when you are young, you are more valuable. You are more valuable, you are more pretty. But as you're turning older and older, the beauty fades. And when you waste time, no, you see, I've always believed this. So some of you there, if you have taken your time to date someone you want to see a future with, like you're dating someone, you make a plan that I want to focus on my career, this, that. A little bit, you have kids from moving forward. You see, but you guys, the whole notion of this sort of propaganda is that focus yourself, focus on your career. You want to climb the corporate ladder. You want to climb it. As you are climbing, you will climb to a certain point that you you look behind you look behind you. There's no one there. Someone's complaining that there's no one with you. You're up there. You're saying you're lonely. And, and how do I put it? Some of you go on to complain that you have no one to talk to. Uh, You can see a video. One lady was just want to give up. Want to give up on dating. You can't though. You can give up. It doesn't change. It doesn't change shit. Because the notion, the stories, the lies that have been fed to you, that you need to be independent, you need to be that. You see, as a human being, you are a social creature. You need to have a partner. You see, you can't do all these things alone. As you grow, you begin to realize that you need someone beside you. Because you need someone beside you in which you can plan together. But this old notion of I'm a boss, bitch, I'm independent, I'm that, I am this. It is not easy, oh, my sister. It is not fucking easy. Because as some of you are there, as you can see, some of them are there complaining. Oh, it's going to know what this is.
You're not gonna have a family. Like, I don't want to wake up at 60 by myself.
And people go home to their families or partners or whatever, and you go home to an empty house.
Please drop a like on the video if you think that modern feminism cares more about hurting men than actually benefiting women. So telling women to not worry about starting a family and that they can just delay having kids when they are literally on a biological clock is not only ridiculous, but it's also quite cruel.
For a woman over 35, the first hurdle is often infertility. So we look at the curve, and then your mid-30s, and it takes a dive.
And old age in women really is in your late 30s, early 40s as far as ovarian age is concerned.
Despite the bombardment of feminist propaganda, women still show time and time again that they deeply want to have kids and that they are not happy or fulfilled at all with just climbing the corporate ladder.
I don't want a job. I don't want to be a corporate girly. I don't want to climb the ladder. I don't want to be a boss babe. I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to be the breadwinner. I do not want to do that. You know what I want to do? I want to be home.
And I'm just wondering, am I the only person like completely struggling? Am I the only one? Because I've been single a very long time.
I'm 28 years old, I have a degree, I'm not doing anything with that degree currently. I just want to live comfortably and be happy and have the
Possible.
time to pursue my hobbies and my passions outside of work.
I mean, she's basically describing being a stay-at-home mom with a small side business, allowing her to do whatever she loves to do. But she's not getting it.
I feel like there's gotta be jobs that I'm just not thinking of.
And so, telling women to press pause on having a family or finding a man.
See, let's break all this thing down because I can say to see the whole point that you guys are being lied to. You can delay having kids. You can focus on your career after you are done. You can continue. You see, all this thing can be possible if some of you don't believe. Some of you are there living in your 20s, but you call it whole fields. It is my life, it's my choice. You decide to what within your 20s is what you should have the lot of fun you want. You sleep around, have fun, and you believe that after you are turning, as you climb the corporate ladder, you can have your fun after you are turning. It is impossible. I will say this, if some of you have taken your time, you did because most of you, it's like you, you did up, as I say, you did up. You believe that you deserve some caliber of man. You believe that your Prince Charming you need to be 10 or something. You need to be this, you need to be that. But you are focused on the wrong things. If but what is the case again? You are young. You are young. You are stupid. You are foolish. You have not thought about it. You thought that after climbing the corporate ladder, you will just find someone there. But here's the case. As I said, you're on the biological clock. You move up because as a woman, it's during your 20s. That is the best time to have kids. So if you want to focus on your corporate ladder, because there are people out there, they got married in their 20s, maybe 24, 25, and they make a plan by 27. If you have not achieved their corporate goals as the lady, she will pause it and have kids. And here is the case. I believe that some of you are scared that because if you are so solid in your job, you can have kids. But I believe in the workplace, that's so called maternal leave. Because the lot of staff have already ladies, but you don't want to use it. You believe that I want to have my fun when I'm done, I'll come out and do it. But here you are complaining. And I've always felt that this feminine propaganda to me, it is alright to me. I love the fact that they're preaching this to you. Because at the end of the day, they're going to make money out of you people. The fact that it said first of all, you don't need a man. You can be independent. You can be a boss bitch. You can climb the corporate and you can do this. But here's the actual fact. Most of you don't want this thing. And I have seen that some of you out there, self, you don't even follow it, but you like to follow the sheep. You have to follow the crowd. You don't want to stand alone. And there's that uh, you want you want to follow them as if like I'm with the crowd in the sense that okay. And some of you have led some stupid life that at this moment we have to look off fertility clinic. Let's continue to watch this shit.
Might sound great in theory, but it does not work out in real life. Because just like the lie of being able to press pause on your puberty by means of chemical castration, you cannot press pause on your fertility, especially not in the way they're selling it to modern women.
And I have decided before my 30th birthday, I'm going to freeze my eggs.
Okay, I'm turning 30 in 3 months, 90 days from today. And so I figured since I'm still single, it's probably a good idea to consider freezing my eggs.
Freeze your eggs. Freeze your eggs as early as you possibly can.
Egg freezing has become a social media trend with hundreds of paid influencers promoting and luring women into a very lucrative business model with the belief that they can just party well into their 30s, then freeze some eggs, and still have a bunch of kids later on.
I also want to inspire anybody who is watching this who had been considering freezing their eggs or taking control of their own fertility. I want to inspire you to do the same.
Injecting myself twice a day in order to freeze my eggs as a 37-year-old woman who is single with no man in sight.
They make women believe that
You guys, you know that is this bullshit, right? You are going the money that you have saved up, you have made in your career days. You are going to use that same money to spend it stupidly. Let me explain this to you guys. As a woman, your fertile age, the prominent time when your eggs are more healthier is during your 20s. As you are turning older and older, there's a risk that your eggs become more unhealthy. You can see someone saying that I'm turning 30, I'm about to freeze my eggs. The probability that for those eggs to able to what conceive is low, because as you get older, the health of the eggs reduces, and this whole model, what did I say? They're going to make money out of you people, because first of all, they'll preach to you that you can, it's a control fertility. You can live the life. You can what? You can follow your corporate calendar, your dreams. Then you can live a world life after you have 10:30. When you're beginning 10:30, you can freeze your eggs. So after you have found the right man, you- but you can freeze them. But here's the notion: for this thing to work, at what it is, the risk is high. If you are turning older and older, the risk for you know for the eggs to break down is very high. So right now, what most of them are just doing right now, they don't know it. They're just pouring money into a business model that they keep taking their money, but the eggs will never work. Like for the chance to have a kid, it's low as fuck. As I'm saying this, it is costly as fuck. Let's see how much is it.
Egg freezing is some sort of insurance plan.
There's been a lot of buzz about egg freezing being a kind of insurance policy.
And I woke up and realized that absolutely I wanted that insurance policy.
Yeah, it isn't.
It is a medical procedure. It is not without risk. Equally, there's no absolute guarantee that they're going to get a live birth out of this.
When they call you and tell you that none of them worked, like...
God damn.
With new
Yo!
partnerships, new jobs, and by supporting Canada's security and economic prosperity, Hanwha is committed to a stronger Canada.
Yes. Hanwha.
Tone, why should people join us on April 23rd through the 25th for the AI Advantage Summit?
Because I know you.
You know, like they're mature, but like when you actually do the testing after making embryos, like I, in theory, could have nothing.
I think they even used the word discarded. They said they've all been discarded.
Kayla, thank you for letting me know.
But again, it sounds nice and makes them feel all warm and fuzzy inside. However, when you ignore the social media hype and just look at the actual numbers, things start to look a lot more depressing, and women are not
Success rate 80%. Dang.
freezing their fertility at all.
I really thought this process would like slow down my biological clock and I wouldn't feel as much pressure.
Nothing's slowing down.
Way more pressure now.
So, over 37, 38, the egg quality will not be as good as it once was, and
Yeah,
many
20s.
women may be actually freezing their infertility.
Now we'll get back to the disastrous state of egg freezing in a minute, because right now I want to focus a bit more on how exactly we got into this mess of older women opting for egg freezing and why these modern women are fully to blame for their own failure to have a kid.
For me, freezing my eggs allows me to fulfill my dreams on my own timeline without depending on a man or my biological clock.
Since in classic feminist fashion, instead of taking accountability for their own choices, these women will simply not do that, but they will twist and turn trying to blame the whole thing on men.
Super wild to me that women are going through this whole process, preserving our opportunity to have kids in the future. Meanwhile, men aren't taking any sort of steps to do things to help themselves have kids earlier in life.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
No. How the fuck are you going to add man into your fucking pain? Because let me make this thing clear. As a man, even at 90, you can still have kids. How does the fact of me having kids have anything to do with you? You see,
Men don't have to worry.
No, because first of all, let's make this clear. You are going to said once again, you are trying to paint it as if women are doing something great. You are doing nothing. You are scared that you will grow old and lonely without having your own kids. So you are going to freeze eggs with what? With the notion that you have a guarantee. And here with men, the guys who get married early, some of them I'll say they're lucky. They met the right person earlier. But most men they can still give birth if they're 90. I want you guys to understand this thing. And the notion that you are trying so hard, you your lack of accountability. You don't want what? You don't want to take the accountability for your mistakes that you have done. And you can see you can see a lady who's talking that she want to focus on a belief. She want to have a control on what? Not she don't. Oh, the word's not coming. She don't want to be on a biological clock. You are on a biological clock. You see, from 20 to 20 or to between 30, from 20 to 29, that's the best time to have a kid as a woman. That's the very right time. That's the best time to have a kid. So as always, as a normal human being, no, as a homo sapien, you need to plan. If you want to focus on your careers, meet someone. And here's the case: some of you, it's not like there was no one to get married to. There are people that you could have gotten married to, but you have been looking higher. You want someone better. You believe that you deserve someone better. The self entitlement. They believe that you yourself, some of you at average, you are 6, 8, 7, but you are trying so hard, thinking that I deserve this because you believe that you think you are entitled for the best, but you are not. And as a man, what I have seen it, 70 years old men having kids, having kids. So stop with this notion. If you are fucking up in your life, accept your accountability and move on.
Worry about their fertility since we are built different. It was your own personal choice not to have kids at 25 or 30 or 35. And so even at 39 years old, this woman is still not ready to have babies.
Number one, it's not just about having a kid. It's about preserving opportunity.
But then blames men for not wanting to have kids earlier.
Meanwhile, men aren't taking any sort of step to help themselves have kids earlier in life. Why not
Lack
just
of
have a
accountability.
baby? Can you imagine me, a mom now? Have kids earlier in life. Can you imagine me, a mom now? Y'all, I've got some more concerts to go to.
Yep, certified lunatic. So from the age of 18, women literally have well over 15 years just to find one guy that they want to have babies with, and God has made it so easy for them since he's made men very horny creatures, which allows pretty much any woman to easily find 100 men that would want to date her and make babies with her, while most men are not that lucky.
Now, I just want to note, this data is based on 6 years. Based on 6 years.
For men, it's actually the other way around, because from the age of 18, we first have to spend 10 to 15 years working our ass off, getting the right job, the right house, the right car, you name it, just to become eligible for women to desire us. And yet, modern women will still act like children, claiming that life is just not fair for them because they don't get every single thing the minute they want it.
And this just was like saying to me, like, I want this, and life saying, no, you can't have it.
The dream of motherhood had slipped through your fingers.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
It was like, well, wow, life just fast forward. It's now I'm 42.
You know, it does feel unfair sometimes.
Guess what? I would love to flap my wings and take off like an eagle or be born into a billion-dollar dynasty. But that's not gonna happen now, is it? No, I need to deal with reality. And the reality for modern women is that when you turn 35, not only will it become much more difficult to date,
but seriously, dating in your 40s is terrible. Why does it have to be so bad?
So let's talk being childless and possibly being single and being lonely.
I'm not good at this. I don't know if I'm like just so damaged.
but it will also become much more difficult to find someone who takes you seriously.
I'm talking about my son. He literally grabs the dessert menu and just starts looking at it. Like he's completely bored with what I'm saying.
It will become more difficult to get pregnant.
When you talk about approaching 40 or being over the age of 35, I want to be crystal clear. In terms of gynecology and obstetrics, women's best eggs are in their early 20s.
And much more difficult to keep that pregnancy.
Miscarriages are another very common battle, which increase as fertility decreases.
This is not patriarchy oppressing you, that's simple biology. So up to this point, you might think you've already seen a wild bunch of delusional and desperate older women, but wait, it gets much worse. Because I was seeing a lot of crazy dating app profiles floating around online, with women who are already pregnant trying to date.
Between I am pregnant, yes, I am single, looking for a real man to step up and show me and my case how to treat women and to be a father. Sign my yeah, you boys are crazy. Well, you see, the lack of accountability. What? The shamelessness. This one is looking for someone to put on what? Child support. Sign my best certificate. You don't know who the father is? You this you have kids. You're looking for someone to step in your life to sign a certificate. I've always said this, eh? Single mom deserve love too, but you see this case, you are pregnant. See, the entitlement to modern women have, like you believe that like gosh, you're not the prize, yo. You are nothing, yo. And from what you're giving, this desperateness for you're looking for what? You're looking for a paycheck? Yep.
Or who just gave birth 2 or 3
I'm currently pregnant with my first child and I'm looking for a serious relationship. I would like to this was looking for a father to take care of her. Yeah.
months ago, and to be honest, I actually
Well, I'm obviously very pregnant, so right now, so very soon, you will not have to put me by the little me. Hey,
thought that
yeah.
those were fake because no one is that crazy, right? Well, I guess I was wrong since I actually found a live one who's in the process of doing so.
So my sperm arrived and was shipped to my clinic in Pennsylvania.
This lady right here is actually dating while trying to get pregnant with donor sperm.
So I just had a very fun date with this really sweet guy. It was like super wholesome, but I'm sharing about the fact what I'm doing here, and I'm becoming a solo mom. And
I mean, come on, what is the plan?
Yo. You see, the lack of accountability, they believe that the entitlement, you see, all this what is given entitlement. It's given like the aura, they feel like they're entitled to some things. What we just saw, you are getting pregnant with donor sperm, and you are still actively going out to date. For what? So are you telling me that you're trying to look for a dad for the kid? Because on a normal level, if as you are dating, if even the guy like you, first of all, you date for a while, you move in together, you see if you're compatible, you get married. If you get married, you don't have kids right away. You have to wait a couple of maybe a year or so. Oh, but the whole point of this, you can feel it, right? You wake up and what you have wasted your life in your 20s. You have decided, you have made your choice, and you are not living with the consequences. What we just saw, the woman with the donor sperm, she have decided that if a man will not get her pregnant, she will do it herself. So then, what is the notion? So why are you are trying to get pregnant with the donor sperm? Why are you still going on dates? And I believe that she told the guy because why? What sane guy? What sane man will agree to date you after you have told me this? Like, what do you mean? Ah.
Here. This means that if she's successful, you are basically dating a girl for 3 weeks who all of a sudden becomes pregnant with another man's sperm, and in about 9 months you will be a fresh new stepdad. Not to mention all of the fun you'll be having dating a pregnant woman who's about to give birth to another guy's child.
It's been a bit a little bit stressful, and I haven't really been feeling like posting.
Are you kidding me? What type of guy is going to accept that? I guess a dude with some serious pregnancy fetish, but in all seriousness, this is beyond crazy, and this girl's playing it off as if everything is fine and she's totally enjoying life.
I just think at this point in life, I'm just enjoying just being me.
Yeah, sure. It feels like I'm watching the origin story of female Joker here. I mean, at this point, I hope she gets pregnant fast, or the world is gonna have one angry supervillain. Anyways, there's also some good news that comes out of this, since some women are indeed taking their own failures as a learning point to educate themselves and other women. That it might actually be time to start taking family planning much more serious at a younger age.
But that's where it's so frustrating is like, why are we not told our options? Like even in our OBGYN appointments, like at 25, you're going in for your pap smear. It's all about birth control versus like, let's get an AMH on you. Let's talk about like family planning.
Now, I haven't even mentioned the real financial cost of this fake insurance plan called egg freezing, which is pretty much bankrupt many women attempting to freeze their eggs.
I was spending just under $1,000 a day for medication. I used whatever money I had and I maxed out my credit cards.
I ended up spending an additional $5,000 on medication.
This one's $1,120, $1,960, $4,687, $1,650, although I know that it cost me more than that.
I've spent $11,000.
Spending around $15,000.
Altogether,
she spent about $50,000.
Instead of a down payment on a house, I pay for my eggs to potentially be.
This is a very lucrative business model. You see, this is just going to happen to you, woman. That this is going to get you. And here's the case. To this day, if you go on social media, nobody is going to come here and pretend. No, those going through this shit. It's just a few of them that will come out and tell women the real truth. But most of the time, they said misery love company. So people are there as they're going through all these problems. They'll still come out and said they'll tell the young ladies, excuse me, live your life. You have more time. Do this. Travel. Go into your whole phase. You'll find the right guy. Because some of them are there. If I cannot have the life I have, why should I advise you? Because so you women, you are very spiteful and vengeful. So because I have seen people that even if with men, it is few of them that want you to go through the same shit because if you have seen some older men, those who have wasted their youth and they have not achieved a lot, if they see you going doing the same things, they'll call you out, they'll call you towards them and try to give the advice, try to tell you the fact. Because they said misery of people because that even back during the school days, when you are going to school, when you are late for your classroom, and you get there, you don't want to go in alone. So when you see someone to coming late to, you are really happy because come on, I'm not the one getting punished. We are getting punished together. So that's what I said. Major love company, but 10K to freeze eggs. Someone said so suppose are paying 15, 11K, 50K down payment to houses because of what? Because you decided that it is your life, it's your choice. But still, this I will say it over and over again. Whoever you are watching this, your choices is up to you. Take your time and live your life. Plan. Whether you're a man or woman, I will say it over and over again. As a man, if you are single in any point in your life, if you believe that it's you are the problem, I'm telling you, you are the problem. Because if you believe that you want something, you go out for it. When you are hungry, you go out to get food. If you can't get the food you want, you find ways to eat it. It's the same way if you believe that you deserve something, if you believe you want something, you go out for it. You go out and look for ways to get it. And you woman, you see, everything is so easy for you. They made everything so fucking easy in the sense that, but you are here trying to what? Destroy it for yourself. Well, some of you here, you have met the people who were willing to marry you, who are willing to what? Take you in or to take care of you, but you said no. You are trying to stop my dreams. You are obstructing my dreams. You are not the one I want. By the end of the day, look at what I've led you people in. They have promised you your forming propaganda have what have been lied to you. At the end of the day, they'll make money from you. They're going to milk you dry. The money you have saved, your career goals, the corporate that you have climbed, and I believe some of you go into debt. Still believing that you freezing your eggs, there's a possibility that to work, but it's not work. Because the fact that some of you, you know deep down, having kids alone is not easy. It's not fucking easy, bro. Even two parents, it's not easy to take care of a child. Now, and only you, the emotional, the emotional toil. You have to work. Oh,
Be stored and potentially be used.
So when women are young and hot, they are having a blast on dating apps because guess what? Every single guy wants to date them. But as they get older, more and more men will start to exclude them in their dating preferences, and so they no longer exist.
Still searching online for your next home in Ottawa? Most buyers unknowingly make this one critical mistake, causing.
Let's discuss why men my age don't seem interested in me.
Older men.
you are old.
Date younger woman.
You are old. You are old. There's no way your age group wants to date. If they are dating you, it won't go anywhere. It won't fucking go anywhere. Mostly they're looking for push younger. You can see it anyway, but that is it. This is how, well, most of you, when you were younger, you didn't have your age group a lot. So why you complaining? Live the life, bro. Get yourself a cat. Get yourself a dog. Live the life. Save your money. Stop with this freezer. Save your money, and what? And sign yourself into what? A nice what elder home. You take care of it. That's what you. That's the only choice I'm seeing for some of you here, because there's no one to look after you.
They find them more physically attractive than the older ones.
So I'm 45, and my age range is from 33 to 65.
I just don't think that men in their 40s are looking for other women in their 40s.
Oh, no, hell
When
no.
women complain that there are no good matches on their dating apps, that is actually correct.
But like, oh god, I just, if anyone knows anyone.
Modern women believe that as they age, they become more valuable to men because they value themselves in a completely different way than men do. But the reality is that for most men, the only thing that older women bring is simply more baggage and more jadedness.
Women have it 10 times harder than men. And I built this life for myself. I had in the Dominican Republic breast augmentation, lipo under my arms along with Vaser, and then I had lipo 360 along with a tummy tuck, BBL, and then lipo and Vaser on my inner thighs.
Yeah, I think I'll pass. And so, as modern women get older,
How does women have it harder than men? You decided yourself to go and get all these surgeries. No one asks you. You believe that you're not confident in your body. You went for all this shit. You went for all this stuff. You guys as you are young, as in the dating now, everyone wanted you. You did not want them. You lived your life in any way you wanted, and as you have aged, you are getting older. You find that nobody wants you. Of course, nobody wants you. Schools. You are old. You are damaged. You are coming with baggage. And what is so painful is that most of you have not learned from your mistakes. You still believe that you are still at 10. You still believe that you are still there. I can get by to what with some certain characters and attitude because yeah, this girl is beautiful. This one is beautiful. I can let them slide by. But when you are getting old, you, everything about you is just what it's giving bad energy, and you are trying to have an attitude to work. So at the end of the day, what I can tell you is that the business they're doing, the what's the name, the egg is $1 billion business, and they continue to grow. By the end of the day, please plan your life. It is better for you to plan your life and know what you want to do. The same way you believe that you want to have a career, you want to have this, plan it. Because when you allow when you allow life to go through you, by the time you realize you are old and you have regret. I have told myself over and over again, I will not have I will make sure I won't have regrets in my life. I will make sure I won't use this word. Had I known this was at last, and some of you, that's what you are going through.
and start to face the consequences of their actions, they start becoming politicians trying to spin their own bullshit into something great and wonderful.
And the fact that I don't have my own children means that I'm able to give time to friends that do have children, to people in the community that have children, all that extra to give to other people's kids.
Right, so let me get this straight. She has all this nurturing energy to spend on other people's children, right? Well, let's see what happens when that situation actually takes place.
Now, my neighbour has just had a baby, and I'm really happy for her. She's wanted a baby for a long time, and she's now got this beautiful daughter. But I haven't met that baby, and that is my choice. If I see that baby, it's going to bring up feelings of grief.
Well, well, well.
Why is all this necessary energy you're complaining about? You have it, you can give it out because you have your own case. By the end of the day, you see excuses and lies. You know deep down if you see the case, it will remind you of your choice, of all the regrets, of why don't you have your own child? Why am I giving all this energy to someone else's child? Why is my own? And this can lead to envy and stuff. So at the end of the day, this is what I'm saying. Make sure you plan your life, both men and women. And you women, it is good you want to live your life. You see, there are a lot of opportunities out there for you, but leave it. Plan well. Because when you get old and your best friend is a cat, it's a dog, you have no one by your side. It's not going to be easy for you. So once again, this story, if you like the video, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. But what I will say again, these videos are crazy. They are going to make you girls